Okay, let's jump right into this explainer. We're going to be looking at a specific theological perspective on what's known as the Edenic mandate, specifically its preservation and the new purpose that came after.
So, the entire foundation of this account really hinges on one key concept: concurrent indeterminism. Basically, it's the idea that reality isn't set in stone. Only the present moment truly exists, which allows for genuine free will.
And it's this free will that really sets the stage. The source material explains that the exercise of this freedom led to behavior that was so abhorrent, so wicked, that God actually considered ending the entire Earth experiment altogether.
Now, this is where it gets really specific. The divine judgment that followed wasn't just, a blanket verdict on everyone.
A very clear distinction is made here. The focus wasn't on all of humanity, but it fell squarely upon the lineage that descended from Adam.
And what set this group apart? Well, this quote really nails it down. They were defined as the ones who possessed the breath of the spirit of life. That was the unique quality tied directly to their lineage. So, the intended correction had a few key objectives. First, to address what had gone wrong. And second, to eliminate the impact of God's direct presence, which meant raising the entire region where the garden was located.
But this wasn't just the plan of destruction. There was also a mandate for preservation. Let's get into how that part of the plan builds out.
Right in the middle of this widespread verdict on Adam's lineage, an exception was made. A man named Noah was identified as someone who was worthy of being kept alive.
Noah wasn't just left on his own. He was given a very clear step-by-step plan for survival. This included getting a heads up about the coming disaster, detailed instructions on exactly how to prepare, and a very, very specific passenger list.
And that passenger list? Well, it extended beyond humanity. It included a select group of exceptional animals, and their distinction was their origin. Just like Noah, they came from the garden.
So, and this is a crucial point, these weren't just random animals. The specific purpose, as the source states, was to preserve the lineage of creatures originally formed to be agreeable companions for Adam.
With the preservation plan in place, the event itself would unfold, and it would permanently alter the entire regional landscape. The whole cataclysm lasted for the duration of a solar year. It kicked off with torrential downpours, which led to extended periods of flooding, and then concluded with the waters finally, gradually, receding. And the outcome within that targeted region, it was absolute. 100%. Every single living thing in that area that was not on the ark was eliminated. This event also triggered a huge physical transformation. Nearby glacial lakes drained, which rapidly shifted the region's climate to one with much greater weather contrast. And this new dynamic between clear skies and rain revealed a visual phenomenon that hadn't often been seen before: the rainbow. Following the cataclysm, the purpose for Noah and his descendants was fundamentally changed. A new mandate was established. Let's just look at a direct comparison. In the first state, God's interaction was focused on a select group of Adam's descendants, all within the garden region. In the new state, the few survivors are no longer kept in one place. They are sent out with a new purpose: to repopulate and mix with the rest of the world.
This represents a complete shift in their role. Where they were once kind of reserved for the company of God, this lineage, those with the breath of the spirit of life, were now tasked with bringing that very spirit to the entire world. Their role flipped from being receivers to being agents of dispersion.
And the account concludes with this crucial distinction. This new mandate, this second dispersion, was not a special status or some kind of privilege. Instead, it was framed as an obligation, a duty to all of mankind,